The final wrestling match of a highly acclaimed WWE wrestler holds immense emotional significance, generating high levels of anticipation and fan interest. While some wrestlers ended their final wrestling match on a very high note, others were not so lucky.
Off Kurt Angle! He got him!
Sting's WWE run was questionable itself, as it was surprising to witness that the company never utilized on Sting's full potential. His first appearance in WWE took place at Survivor Series 2014, which was undoubtedly a major highlight of that year.
What the hell is he doing here? The franchise!
His first feud with Triple H was well booked, but their eventual showdown at WrestleMania felt lackluster as Sting was shockingly defeated. Sting's final WWE match took place when he was given the opportunity for the WWE Championship against Seth Rollins at Night of Champions 2015, and the match would put a break on his in-ring career for a couple of years due to a series of unfortunate injuries.
Is he okay? How is he doing? What's wrong? And I said, no, Sting is not okay.
And that would be the end of Sting's WWE career.
Oh my God! It's Sting!
Ronda Rousey endured a fantastic debut year in 2018, but the fans quickly turned their backs on her as she would openly express her disdain for WWE fans.
I'm not going out there and doing their act anymore. Everybody, WWE Universe included. It's scripted, it's made up, it's not real. None of those bitches can touch me.
Despite some bumps on the road, Ronda came back at the 2022 Royal Rumble to a raucous ovation, but her second run eventually failed to live up to the hype. A year later, fans were left scratching their heads as Shayna Baszler would turn on Ronda Rousey during the middle of a WWE Women's Tag Team title match. In the weeks following, news came out that Ronda was on the road to finishing her WWE run, and SummerSlam was the perfect venue. While this match had MMA rules, it felt more like a standard pro wrestling contest. This match was not exciting, nor it was executed all that well. Shayna Baszler did eventually win via technical submission after both women fired off a few strikes and potentially ending Ronda's WWE career. After the events of the Montreal Screwjob, Bret Hart and WWE were at loggerheads for a number of years.
Vince McMahon will do anything for a dollar, and he's a very spiteful, vengeful, you talk about vendettas.
Nevertheless, the Hitman and Vinnie Mac were able to make amends back in 2006. In 2010, Bret Hart came back for a couple of on-screen programs, out of which his feud against Vince McMahon in the build-up to WrestleMania 26 is best remembered. However, not a lot of fans will recall that Bret's final match took place on Raw in 2011, where he teamed up with John Cena to face Alberto Del Rio and Ricardo Rodriguez. Throughout the match, Bret had difficulty taking a single bump due to his ailing age and various health issues. It's unfortunate that his final match wasn't a showcase of his peak abilities. It might be somewhat controversial to label Ed's final WWE match as a disappointment, because there's a certain beauty in retiring in front of your hometown and loved ones. But it still doesn't take away from the fact that the whole ordeal felt hush-hush, because Edge is that one particular legend who would get his retirement match on a much grander magnitude. Fans indeed felt a sense of deflation because Ed's departure happened just 2 weeks before John Cena made his official return.
He was a Cena fan, so he's clearly stupid.
This timing could have offered a nostalgic and emotionally charged angle, but it turned out to be a missed opportunity because these two men have shared so much history together. Not saying that it was an awful match, it was a perfect match befitting a legend, but something just felt strange. After an unsuccessful stint in 2014, Batista returned to WWE for one final run in 2019 to face his former Evolution teammate Triple H.
Give me what I want!
The Animal was displeased with his 2014 run, so thus he was motivated to rectify the dissatisfaction he experienced in his previous tenure. Their showdown at WrestleMania 35 wasn't highly acclaimed as the bout lasted for nearly 25 minutes. The sluggish pace and excessive brutality made it difficult for the live audience to stay candid all the way throughout the end. After losing the match, Batista would then promptly retire from the wrestling world altogether.
I'm done. My in-ring career is over. I will go broke before I have another wrestling match, and I will not go and wrestle for another promotion.
Throughout the age of the Attitude Era, Vince often clashed with a number of wrestlers and inserted himself in high-stake matches. Back in 2022, even at the staggering age of 76, Vince would have an impromptu match against Pat McAfee at WrestleMania 38 in his first wrestling match in 12 years.
Do we got a match between McMahon and McAfee at WrestleMania?
This match was just an excuse for McMahon to finally get a WrestleMania win.
What? Uh-oh.
However, Vince would soon find himself in the bundle of jokes as just a few minutes later he took one of the worst stunners in wrestling history.
Trying to get away, but Austin stuns McMahon.
Fans have been eagerly anticipating for The Rock to make a full-fledged in-ring comeback to the WWE, but it seems like he has drawn the curtains on his wrestling career. The Rock's last match occurred at WrestleMania 32 in an unscheduled bout against Eric Rowan. This match lasted just 6 seconds, setting a record for the quickest match in WrestleMania history.
Your winner in 6 seconds!
Despite rumors circulating that The Rock might return to the ring around the time of WrestleMania 40, as of now his match against Eric Rowan remains his last official wrestling match.
Rowan, Rock wins!
After more than 12 years away from the wrestling scene, Goldberg endured one of the greatest comebacks in 2016. His unexpected domination in his match against Brock Lesnar was met with mixed reactions, but he was still praised for his intense, no-nonsense wrestling style.
Goldberg's eliminated Lesnar.
However, there were a lot of bumps on the road during Goldberg's second tenure, as he was often criticized for not putting over wrestlers like Kevin Owens and Bray Wyatt. Goldberg's final match took place against Roman Reigns when he challenged him for the Universal Championship.
You're next.
There wasn't any build-up for this match apart from Goldberg putting forward his challenge, and what should have been a remarkable match eventually ended up falling flat. After getting defeated by Reigns, Goldberg subsequently left WWE. There is no ambiguity that Kurt Angle is one of the greatest technical wrestlers of all time. He came back to WWE in 2017 after 11 years of absence, and 2 years later in March 2019, Kurt Angle announced that he would retire at WrestleMania 35. Many felt disheartened as WWE picked Baron Corbin as Angle's last opponent instead of John Cena. Till the last minute, fans clearly expected that John Cena would come back, but alas. Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin's showdown was just disastrous, with Kurt losing his final match.
Rear of Kurt Angle. He got him.
Back in 2010, Shawn Michaels put his career on the line against The Undertaker in a bout that is regarded as one of the greatest retirement matches of all time. After 8 years away from the squared circle, Michaels made the move to come out of retirement, but it was soon clear that it was a dreadful decision. The match was sloppy at times as Triple H tore his pectoral muscle and Kane lost his mask midway. Long story short, it was just a disaster. Years later, Shawn Michaels would express his regrets about his pronouncement to come out of retirement. Let me know your thoughts about this list. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Your support really means a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching. Do take very good care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys next time.